Just another day, another insult. Hey everyone, it's Callaway here. We're back in another video, and today we've got the one of many poster childs of the failing comic book industry, Heather Antos. Valiant Comics senior editor Heather Antos claims America has the worst fans. Now, before you go attacking me in the comments and blah 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 and saying that I'm Australian so I can't comment on this because she says America and blah 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 blah. When she says America, I'm gonna come at this from a different angle. And when she says America, she's really talking about the comic book fans, because it's the fans that don't like her because she's in the industry. And when you talk about comic book fans are worldwide. They're Australian, they're American, they're South American, they're English, they're Scottish, they're European, they're French. It's all like comics go all over the world. Yes, they're made in America and originated in America, but they're everywhere around the world as well. So, former Marvel Comics editor and now senior editor at Valiant Comics, Heather Antos, declared that America has the worst fans. This Twitter account here, please don't harass them and things like that, because if you don't pat them on the back and agree with them in the echo chamber, anything you say is an attack and they'll try and ruin your life. So this person here, Raymond, please come to my island, says, what things has the worst fans? And Heather Antos then on her Twitter replies, America. She would then double down when Hunk Tears detailed that the best reply was Jesus Christ. So now she's hating on Jesus. You're currently in second place behind my friend who said Jesus Christ for the best answer. The reply to you are real bad though. Heather Antos responded, what can I say, the worst fans? Like, you know what I mean? And she wonders why people hate her and when you constantly attack people. Heather Antos would be heavily criticised for her response. At least one person mocked Marvel Comics America series. Metal Gear Mando says, nice to live in a country that allows you to express your disdain for it. You could always leave though. Most people would be happy to see that. Someone saying, canola virus, for once we agree. Pops by Pops. And people wonder why the comics industry is in the ditch. This was their poster girl for 2014 to 2018. We all know about the milkshakes and the fake geek girl and all that sort of stuff. And then Louis Dramillo says, so how's the pencils down going for you? And then Maxwell says, you're free to leave. A Puritan Hunter, writers, editors working irrelevant comic book company, be like Caroning intensifies. And then Heather Antos replies, I think the replies alone prove my point. That would have to be the dumbest and most stupidest reply I've ever seen in my life. This just shows how much these people live in their bubble and are so far out of reality, it's not funny. You've called, for years, you've called people Nazis, phobes, ists, bigots, everything, and you wonder why they don't like you, and they wonder why when they answer back to you, it's not what your little leftist echo chamber bubble says. Your little echo chamber is a tiny dot in the world compared to the rest of the people. And like, for example, what contradicts this whole point is, say you've got two neighbours, right? So you've got neighbour A and neighbour B. And then along comes neighbour C, who moves into the neighbourhood, and he goes to introduce himself, and neighbour A says, oh yeah, neighbour B, such and such, he's yeah, don't socialise with him, he's not a nice person. And then neighbour C says, well, what do you mean? He says, oh, he's nasty, he doesn't neighbour B, he doesn't like me, he hates me, he tells people he doesn't like me, he doesn't socialise with me, he fights with me. And he says, well, why does he do that? And the neighbour A says, because I call him a Nazi and a racist and a homophobe every day. And it's like, well, Do you think he has a right to not like you if you're going to call him a racist and a homophobe? Oh, but he is. It's like, no, how do you know that? So that's exactly my point. When someone calls you a racist and a Nazi and a homophobe and a hate monger and all these just lies from your echo chamber day in, day out, and you wonder why people say that to you, you deserve every bit that you get, Heather Antos. I'm not saying you deserve violence on you. I'm not saying that by any means, but when you call someone names and insult people for day in, day out for so long, and you wonder why. Another example is when you go to a music concert and you go into a band, and during the concert, you say you're in New York City, and they say New York City's got the best damn fans in the world. And then they go to Chicago or they go to Sydney and they say Sydney's got the best fans in the world. You know they say that just at every concert to get the, you get the crowd going, and you know they say that everywhere, but you like them saying it when you're in the crowd. You imagine going to a concert in Sydney and the lead singer of the band says Sydney's got the worst damn fans in the world. Sydney is full of assholes. Buy my album. Do you really think people are then going to respond to you kindly and nicely? They're going to tell you how they feel, aren't they? So this point here, I think the replies alone prove a point. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know, you someone punches you and you report them to the police, and they say, "Well, why did he punch you?" Because I punched him first. The logic is completely thrown out the window. It's just completely false. You've just told these people that they are the worst fans because they are American. Like, seriously, what the hell is wrong with these people? And I've lived in Canada. I've travelled to America. I've got some of my I've got good friends in America that I met travelling. They're not assholes. They're not nasty people. Just because your politics are so twisted and backwards that you think people that don't agree with you are nasty doesn't give you the right to insult them day in, day out for years, and then expect them to make you milk and cookies and be your friends. So this just proves why the industry is the way it is. Within 2 weeks, it's just gone completely belly up and bottom fell out. You can't just insult people for years and expect them to be your happy-go-lucky on Twitter or online. You call people ifs and phobes and bigots and stuff. Don't expect them to say nice things to you. Because if you're going to call people that, you don't deserve people to be nice to you. So when you say America has the worst fans, whether you hate America or not, you're American, don't drag on your country. That's like me saying Australia is the worst country on earth and I hate the people here. No. Sure, I love traveling the world, but no. If you don't like America, if you don't like Western society, go live in Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan or North Korea or Russia. If you hate the Western society that much, leave. No one will care, except you. Maybe you'll work out what it means to be in a Western free society. You trash people, and then when they react and they don't like it, you don't like them because they've reacted badly to your insult. Come on, give me a break. This is what's wrong with the comic book industry. People like Heather Antos, Gail Simone, all people like that. They just insult people. So anyway, guys, this turned into a bit of a rant. Just thought I'd cover it. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys. Like and support the channel. Please like, subscribe, share the videos. Thanks, guys.